Holly, you're going to Vanderbilt. Your favorite place to play with a very young team. Half of them have never played in that very odd environment. How much of a challenge is Thursday?
Well, I don't. It's just a tough place to play because the environment. They're very well coached. Don't make a lot of mistakes. It's a big game for us. It's a huge game for us. So. We've got 3 days to get them prepared.
Holly, I think Dean, you handed off the scouting on this game to Dean. Did he have to pry it out of your hands? I mean, that's been years forever.
Well, he took the scout, but I've looked at him quite a bit. So, and he's done a great job. They've done a really nice job in scouting. So, I just take it, and I've watched probably a little bit more film than I have in the past on other opponents. So.
It's a big week for you guys too. I mean, you're playing two teams back to back that crushed you last season. I know that probably still lingers with the people that returned and the staff. Well, they beat us. Yeah, two teams that and Notre Dame did crush us pretty handily. So, but what we're focusing on the SEC conference and playing Vanderbilt, which is a difficult task for us. Huge game for us, huge swing. So I hadn't even thought about, quite honestly, Notre Dame, because I'm really concerned with Vanderbilt and their style of play. And by crushing, I meant that game last year. I think it was 93-79. You guys hovered the whole game, almost got over the hump, and then they just pulled away. At Vanderbilt last year is the one I'm talking about.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
How important is the way you've started slow in your last two games, but you can recover. You recovered against Auburn. You recovered against Alabama. How much of a difficult situation would it be to get yourself in a hole up there?
Well, I don't. It's just you saw how difficult it was at Auburn coming back. I mean, it's just hard, and we can't dig ourselves in a hole, and it'll be just as difficult at Vanderbilt. So I'd prefer not to get in 12 down or whatever down. I'd prefer us to come out and play the way we're capable of playing.
Probably for players who've never been to Vanderbilt, do they have to take a couple minutes to get used to how that building is set up and the uniqueness that is playing at Vanderbilt?
Yeah, I think not that the coaches, that we're removed from really kind of the game, and it's a little bit more open than places that we've been. So I think so, and I think it's important when we get in there Thursday, we get a lot of shots up. And get prepared, because it's if you're not used to it, it's difficult to play in.
Tabor said that Ariel has really grown as a point guard. How much is her leadership really going to be needed? Because as you mentioned, the coaches are so far away.
Well, I think Ariel has grown, and I think she's capable of calling offenses and defenses as she sees fit, and I'm comfortable with her doing that. So she did that she's done that progressively each game. And I think we're going to have to rely on her quite a bit to control kind of what we run, both offensively and defensively.
With Izzy, everybody talks about how her confidence is a lot bigger this year with the extra responsibilities. When did you start noticing that increase in confidence? What point?
Well, I noticed it when she first came back to school. I think she did the work in the off season, and I think that it's been huge difference and advantage for Izzy. And then she came out. She's our most experienced post player, so she's had to be a leader for us and step up. So I think having that and having success early has helped Izzy out tremendously.
How much are you bringing up last year's trip to Vanderbilt? I mean, it's almost a completely new team in some respects. How much do you bring up last year's trip to Vanderbilt when you're talking?
Well, today we're going to bring up our Alabama game and the things that we didn't do very well, and I know we won, but we got to continue to get better. So we're going to work on that, and then and then we're going to work a little bit on Vanderbilt. But that they understand it. We'll bring it up, but we got to work on us and what we need to do. So it's really important. Our defense has got to be so much better. So we're not even close yet. So that's what we're going to focus on today.
Do you not hesitate to keep putting Jasmine on the ball? You like what you're getting from her there on defense?
I like Jasmine Jones anywhere on defense. I mean, she plays aggressive. She plays hard. She loves to play, and I think she plays it with a passion. And when you do that, it shows. And I think it shows that she loves to play the game.
That block she had where she chased the player down the court, I mean, that's just Jasmine. She can do those kind of things, can't she? That's what she is.
Yeah, that's her athletic ability. And one thing about her, she never gives up on a play. And I think she fell down and got up and went down and blocked a shot. But she's never, that's what I love about her. She never gives up on a play, especially on the defensive end.